I'll go ahead and put myself on mute and turn off.
Is it recording?
Yeah.
Okay. Uh, okay. So I'm visiting my client from at the center, at the therapy center, and he's playing. You're playing, right, with your toys. You're entertained, and you don't like to be interrupted, right? Because you're in your own dynamics.
Okay, so
Hi. Good morning. How are you?
I'm okay, Miss Perez.
What are you doing? What's that game you're playing? Show me.
I'm playing with my blocks.
Can I play with you?
Sure, you can.
Oh, check this out. Look at the tower that I'm gonna build for you.
Yeah, I've been feeling very sad lately.
Really? How's that?
I've been feeling very sad. My mom and dad, they argue a lot.
Oh no. What happened?
I don't know. They just start to argue a lot, and then it scares me. It scares me when they start yelling at each other.
Oh no. Come here. Let's go. Let's talk about it a little bit more. And we can also draw. We could do some other fun activities while you tell me how are you feeling? You
Okay.
think that's a good plan?
Yeah, that sounds good.
Okay, let's go to the office. You know what I brought you?
What'd you bring?
I brought you M&Ms.
Oh, I
Okay? I
love.
know you do. When I went to the store, I was like, I know Gerald loves M&Ms, so I went. I got you some, so we could see it. We could talk about how you're feeling, what's happening with mom and dad, and we get to enjoy M&Ms. I love red ones. The red ones are my favorite. Which one is your favorite one?
My favorite is the blue.
Ah, I love. That's my second favorite. Let's go. Let's go to the office.
I was gonna tell you one more thing, yo.
Okay?
I'm scared if my parents find out I say that they're arguing, they're gonna be mad at me.
No, I know. I can imagine. I would be scared too if I were in your position. But you shouldn't worry because nothing bad is gonna happen. Don't worry. You know, nothing bad has happened before, and I always make sure that you are protected. So you can trust me.
Okay. All right. Thank you.
All right, you ready?
Mhm.
Here's with blue M&M because you did so good. Let's go.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Okay, that's it.
Yeah, Lawrence, you're supposed to appear right.
I am dying. I'm
I think
sorry, I
you
was dying.
poop.
I was laughing. No, we had like that was good though. Cause I started my timer a little later after they started talking. But yeah,
This
good
exercise
job.
is super short. This shouldn't
Yeah.
be
Yeah.
just greetings and
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah, I was a very good child too because I worked for a year. I volunteered at the school at FIU, the elementary school, Carlos Carlos Finlay. So I was a research assistant there for a program. Basically, the children had ADHD or or intellectual disabilities or learning disabilities. I like to say. So I was a pretty good kid because I remember all that stuff.
oh
Yeah,
god.
I was dying in the beginning because I'm just imagining Gerald as a child just going through all this.
He make it difficult for me. I
Yeah,
thought he was gonna take the M&M and go, but no, he was like, oh no, but here's a problem. Oh no, but here's another problem. I was like, you kiddo.
yeah, and
Dying.
that's the thing with kids. Sometimes too, like they're very because they're kids, they're very like simple minded. But then also you have those kids that like they're like fourth graders and third graders, but they break down problems like we do.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Questions, you're like, I don't know. Yeah,
Yeah.
question, you're like, I don't know. Stop asking questions. I don't have any answers. And yeah, it's kids are awesome to work with.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. So I'll be observer or therapist. Should we do the same type of scenario for everybody across, or should we switch it up?
I think it has to do with your own experience as a helper. It could be um whatever you, like if you, like you were a research assistant, so you could bring that up
Uh-huh.
but in general, any helping position, like
Okay.
what are the skills that the person uses to motivate the client to come into the helping setting?
All right. All right. So I'll be a therapist. Lawrence be my client. I'm gonna actually do something a little different because I also volunteered at a prison, um, at Everglades Correctional Institute. I volunteered there, and I was a student counselor. So yeah, Lawrence, if you want, we can role play there.
Gerald. So you want me to be an inmate?
Yeah.
I'm trying to figure out their personal, like Gerald.
All
All right, let's go. Let's try this.
right.
It's good, Gerald.
All right, Mr. Lawrence, how you doing? My name is Gerald. I'm a counselor here at the Correctional Institute. What brings you in today?
Nice to meet you, Gerald. I don't know, man. One of my friends, it was like, yo, if you got a problem, you should go to the therapist. And I was like, all right, let me come over here. So listen, man, I've been feeling down, like more down than usual. I don't get it.
All right. First of all, let me tell you that I'm proud of you because I've been working in the system for a while, and I know that there's a lot of bad stigma about coming to see a counselor. There's a lot of people say there's a lot of myths about what we do. Counselors and therapists, we're just here to help you.
Yeah,
Trust me, we the same way y'all gotta be careful here in the correctional in the institute, so do we. So first I want to tell you, I'm glad you came. I'm only here to help you. I won't make you do anything you don't need to do. And I
yeah.
want to make that clear because a lot of people say a lot of myths, but it's not true. So tell me a little bit about why you feeling down, what's going on.
Listen, man. Besides being in here, I feel like I'm bored, man. I got nothing to do, or I don't feel like I got nothing to live for, man. Like I'm not suicidal now. It's not like that. I'm just bored, man. I don't know what to do.
Okay. Yeah, I understand that. And I think it's good that you recognize those feelings. I'm also glad you say that you aren't suicidal. Um, and you've never felt suicidal before, have you?
Nah, man.
Huh?
Don't take lives out here.
Okay. All right. So I'm glad you share that with me. Anything else going on in your life that maybe have you feeling that way?
Man. Just of course I miss my peoples. I miss my peoples, but the main thing is just I don't feel like I have much to do. I don't know. It's weird. I don't know. I usually I would, but nowadays I just don't feel it.
Oh yeah, I understand that, but you definitely have something to live for. There's definitely life after prison. Once you complete your sentence, you know, um, there's definitely things to live for. So uh, I want to remind you of that.
Sure, man. Thank you.
Let's see when it's gonna appear. I ran out of material.
Okay. I was trying to remember where to put the video back. So I was like, oh, what is it? What is it? Because in my job, we use Teams. They
Uh,
can't find the microphone is somewhere else. And I was
yeah.
like, no, it's not here. So, but
Oh,
I got the closure.
Hey, Lawrence, you did a good job for an inmate, man.
I don't know. Jared, what you got me doing today, man?
Nah, because I see myself as anything. Like I'm glad I volunteer in different things because like I working with the inmates school, working with the children's school. Now I volunteer with the Garden ad litem, which is kids that are in foster care. So I like to do everything because every. Has a challenge.
Yeah.
And so
Gerald, do you
Mhm.
mind if I ask you more about it
Absolutely. But
later? Like, not right now, but I would be interested in that. Like,
in
that's something that I'm curious about.
in the jail, the correctional institute.
No, the foster care system.
Okay, yeah, absolutely, absolutely. The jail right now with COVID is sad. The class is canceled for now because COVID. But yeah, definitely you can message me on the side and I'll tell you everything.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would like to.
All right. So let me go ahead and disappear while you guys decide what's the scenario.
Um, I did most of my undergrad doing a school counselors, not like after school counselor. Um, so you can take I can do like a child too, if you want,
Like,
or however you want to come approach me. Yeah,
what level of school counseling?
I was just like after school counselors we did from first grade to eighth grade.
Okay.
So that range um, is pretty good for me. I guess that's what I work with the most. And I also worked with teens as well. So honestly speaking, it's I need the
Mhm.
whole high school, the whole primary school. So whichever one you want to choose, let me know.
Okay, I'll be a 7 years old kid.
7 years old.
Mhm.
All right, no problem. All right. I just before we continue, do I pronounce your name Denise or
Yeah.
Denise? Okay. I don't want to butcher. All
Or
right.
if I ever say your name incorrect, please correct me, please. Both of you.
Lawrence.
Lawrence and
Yeah.
Jen.
Sure.
Okay.
Don't worry about it. My name has like 10 variations, so don't worry about
Mine too. So
it.
I'll tell you about my name later.
Yeah. All right.
Hey Denise, how you doing today?
Hi, good.
What's wrong? Are you okay? I see that you're by yourself.
No, I'm good.
You sure?
Yeah.
All right. Well, listen, I just want to let you know that I'm here for you if you need me. All right. Um, do you want to try to do something so you can, you already finished your homework and everything?
No, I haven't finished it, but I just wanna play. Like my mom and my father-in-law, they don't play with me.
They don't
I
play with you.
They don't. No, I wanna play. I don't have anyone to play with. I feel bored. I tell them I want a boy. I want a brother or a sister, but
Mhm.
I want a dog. I don't have anyone to play with, and I don't want to do homework. I just want to play.
Okay. Well, listen, I'm very sorry to hear about that. So you kind of feel lonely. You don't have no one else to play with. All right. Listen, I'm gonna let you know that I'm here if with me. You can play with me anytime you want. Today we can play all you want, but just know in the future we're gonna make sure we get the homework done, and then when we want to play, we'll just play.
I don't like
But
homework.
you don't like homework,
Mm.
really? Well, I can understand that too because I didn't like homework too. So
Really?
sorry. Oh, oh, I did not like homework. Trust me. So
It
I
it's
understand how you feel.
stuff to do, and I didn't even understand it.
Yeah.
I don't know what it says.
Do you ever work with a teacher?
I don't know. She's in the class there.
All right. So here's what I'll do for you, Denise. I'll go ahead and I'll work with you. So, I can help you out with your homework anytime you want to, okay? Because I know it must be confusing. I didn't like homework too, so I know how confusing it can be, all right? But I'll work with you anytime you want. Just come to me, all right? But you got to make sure you come to me, and so that I can talk to you, properly, all right?
All right. Thank you,
Problem.
Lawrence.
You're welcome. You're welcome.
All right. Yeah. Just shy. I think a couple seconds, but we're good. We're good. We're good. Good job,
That was
Lauren.
different. That was different. That was different. 'Cause I didn't feel like a whole therapist at that point, but it's more like as a child, how do you just get to their issues? Because I'll ask you this, Denise. But as a child, how you just get to their issues
Mhm.
and then pinpoint their issues? Because I felt kind of different from like a counselor as a after school counselor versus like a actual helper. So that kind of felt different for me.
Mm,
So, to get to a child, you have to get through their interest. You
mm,
wanna play? Let's play.
Yeah.
You, if you say, okay, first homework and then play, but you don't have a history with that child, it might not work. He would be thinking, oh, this is another adult that wants me to have homework done, and then when it's time to play, they are not gonna play with me.
Mhm.
You have to earn the trust. You have to play with them. Like forget about homework for that instance,
Mm-hmm.
and the next day play again, and the
Okay.
third day, okay, yeah, we're gonna play, but after we play, we do homework, and at least do one page of the however amount of homework they have. This at least do some of it, and eventually you're gonna shape it into, okay, let's do homework first and then we play. But that child already knows that you're gonna play with him because you've played with him before.
Yeah.
That's what
Okay.
I do.
Okay. That's interesting. So just like on a therapist level type, that's what you would do too.
For children, yes, like you have to earn the child's interest. Like, he wants to play, he's telling you that he doesn't, like in this case, she doesn't have anyone to play with, and she wants to have someone to play with. Go play.
Okay.
Go, just
Uh,
go enjoy it and be a child, and eventually you're going to introduce your agenda, but you have to start from their motivation first. Good morning, Gerald. How are you? How it's your day today?
Hey, Denise, it's going well. Thank you for asking. Yeah, I just came to talk to you today about how I chose my present job. Currently, right now, I work at Miami International Airport for TSA, which is kind of like security. Those are the people that, when you're flying out, those are the people that are yelling at you, telling you to take off your shoes, take your laptops out, um, nothing in your pockets. So yeah, because when I tell people I work for TSA, they're like, "What's that?" But when I say that, they're like, "Oh, you're those guys." I'm like, "Yeah, yeah, we're the people that are yelling at you to take your shoes off." Um, the reason I want to talk about the job is because I've been there for about 4 years now, and I feel a little stuck there. Um, at least I'm getting my master's, and I just feel a lot of ambivalence towards it because I sometimes I feel like I'm wasting my time there. But at first I did have at first I had a lot of ambitions. I was very ambitious there. When I first started in 2016, and I just needed a better paying job, honestly. So that's how I ended up there. My first job was working at uh, Miami Aquarium, and then I just needed to, find something better, kind of progress.
Right.
And so that's when I ended up at the airport. At first, I was very ambitious, but I had a couple incidents that happened to me. Just things that I thought were unfair. I was accused of a couple things that didn't happen. So I think that's part of my uh, distaste, with the job. But aside from that, uh, overall, I'm motivated. I'm most motivated because at least I have something else going for me. I think I would be more depressed if I think I would be depressed. I'm not depressed now if like that's all I had, because a job, yeah, a job. One day you're there, the next day you're gone. It's a job. You're just numbers. Um, so yeah, that was just how I chose my present job, my future job. I hope it to be in a mental health field. Um, yeah, so that's it.
Said that you're working on your master's program. Tell me a little bit more about that.
Well, I'm in the PCP program, FIU. I think that's gonna make me. Well, I'm pretty sure it's gonna make me happy because I know I like working with people. I have experience already. Um, I've always been fascinated with psychology. I remember when I got to college, nothing really called my attention besides psychology. I like people's thoughts, just why we react certain ways. All that stuff fascinates me. So I think that's one thing that just has me like stable and kind of motivated to just, however long I'm going to be in the airport to kind of deal with it. And, just with the mindset that soon, I'll be hopefully working in a mental health position.
See. So my understanding is that you are dissatisfied with your current position at the airport, right? You're not satisfied with the performance you do. As a matter of fact, how the way you portrayed it, it was from um, the people in line rather than from the people that were actually doing the job. Like you were like, oh, we are the people that yell at, we're the people that check your pockets. So
Mhm.
that makes me think of what's your image, your
Mhm.
self-image about your current position. It's obviously you like the way you see it. It has a not a positive connotation. Is that
Yeah,
right?
yeah. Well, I said that more joking. I understand that and those things that happened kind of have me like feeling how I felt. But when I first got into the job, I loved it. I was all in, and I think it's just normal. Once before you have a job, you always want it. Then you get there like eh. I think it's just human nature. But no, I don't have a necessarily bad image, but that was just a joke because when I tell people I work for TSA, they're like, "Oh, what's that?"
Right.
But then when I say like, "Oh, those guys," so but I see why you can think that though. But I don't have a negative image. I know that what we do is important. What we do is important, and I understand all that.
So I know you're not canalizing your need for helping others, right? How could, because you also mentioned that you're there because of like it's right now it's providing some financial security,
Mhm.
and while you continue to work on your masters,
Yeah.
that's something that could fulfill that financial need,
Yeah.
right? But I wonder if your current job could provide you with some of the reward that you get um, in the field of mental health. Like you said that you enjoy helping people. Um, is there any way while you're still doing your current job that you could fulfill that need of helping, that being helpful to others?
Oh, actually, you're right. Yeah, and I do that already. I am in a I'm in a it's called a collateral, which I help people. I help people do security. So I think you're right. I find my ways, to do what I like to do, which is helping people, even simple ways, helping them get to their gate if they're lost, or if they if they need special assistance, I help with that too. So no, you're right. I find ways to help people and do what I like at my current job.
That's great. How did you do that?
Lawrence appeared, but then he left. I don't know what happened.
Sorry, no, because I realized it was this one was I think was supposed to be a little longer, than
Yeah.
3 minutes, because the amount I wanted to give Denise a little more to put on her for my observation for her your feedback. So
Yeah.
I'm sorry, but I was trying to let you know you could keep going for a bit more, because I wanted to give her a little more, because by the time you were finished, it was like 1 minute was left. So
Oh,
she wasn't gonna have too much. Non-verbal wise, she was great, so I wasn't worried about that. But I just wanted to add a little more to.
yeah. No, we're good. We're good. All right. So then Denise is going to be your therapist now, Lawrence. I'll observe.
No, I'll be the guy now.
Oh,
You'll
I'm
be
done being a therapist. So someone needs to be my therapist now.
okay. Okay. Okay.
Yeah, we rotate. So I'll be the client now, and then I do have to leave when we're done this part.
Oh, for sure. Yeah.
And,
That's good. Yeah.
and then you guys one be the therapist and the other be the client. So
Um,
whoever's gonna be my therapist now, it's gonna be the client for the next role.
Okay. Lawrence, go ahead and be the therapist.
Uh,
Okay. I'll be the observer.
oh, do you know which one you want to choose, Denise?
I think I will go with the third one. The my relationship with a close friend. This case is gonna be with my brother,
Gotcha.
and I will put you in context. Well, I'll do that in session. So,
Yes, of course. Whenever you're ready, Joe. Good morning, Denise. How are you doing today?
good morning, Mr. Lawrence. I'm doing great, thank you.
You're quite welcome. What would you like to talk about today?
Yes, coming because there is something that it's really bugging my head lately, and I feel unease, um, constantly thinking about it, and I know I can't talk about that with my husband because it will bring up some issues in the family, and I just want to talk about it, but not with people in my close, circle of relations. So I'm in a transition process in my life. I'm in the process of buying a small apartment for myself and my husband. And my brother, who has been helping me find a place, he's a realtor. So he has the credentials, but he doesn't have any experience. He has never sold a place because his official job it's doing something else, right? He just got the credentials and he has access to the system, but he honestly doesn't have any experience. And is the roof in good condition, right? And my brother doesn't have that knowledge, right? So I talked about it with him, and he felt betrayed. He felt very disappointed that he had invested so much time in us, and and that really killed me. Him because he would be very reactive to that and wouldn't want to damage our relationship. He's everything I have here.
What you and your brother? If I may ask, how is what is your relationship like with your brother? Because I understand you said this is your first time, well, not your first time, but this is this is someone that
Mhm.
you're good with.
7 years, right? I went to university in Cuba. Like I continue to build a life of our own. He, of course, was more advanced in, but besides that, we recover some of our relationship from our early years. But there are parts where we collide,
Mm,
right, emotionally,
yeah.
and I try to avoid it as much as I can because I want to preserve the good relationship. He could be a very complicated person, and I know I'm not a very easy. So we sometimes collide,
Okay.
and I like not to talk, like not to touch those boundaries. I like to stay in the good side because I value our relationship really good.
Yeah. Okay. So it makes a little more sense on the complications that you're having here. You want to bring him into your life a little more, especially in this particular situation, but it could potentially, or you feel like it could potentially put a little more strain on that already strenuous, type of relationship you already have. Is that close to what I'm? Get it?
Right. Yeah.
All right. I understand. Again, very sorry about that. Oh, hey,
All
hey.
right. All right. Very good there,
Oh,
Lawrence. I was gonna say, like, as soon as Denise started to open up, like you saw your face change. That was another thing. What's it called? Facial gestures. Like, as soon as she started opening up, it clearly is something that's really affecting Denise. And so, your body language changed. Like, you did a great job. Like, you kind of like relax. You're understanding. Your tone is very like mellow because she was opening up about all that stuff. So I think you did a good job there.
thank you.
Mhm.
Yes. I loved how you wanted to congratulate me, but you were more into my emotional um, distress than anything else. Because obviously those are good news, but you were sensing my real struggles, my real worries at the
Yep.
time. So I felt that really nice.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah.
And you did a great job too. Thank you for sharing that. So
Um, just so you guys know, my internet started acting up, so some of the recording kind of got cut off, but at least we're all here. So right now it's stable. So when you leave now, Denise, you'll be able to see us, so that you can do your feedback.
who's
Okay,
that?
alrighty. So what I'll do, if you want, I can share the checklist for both of you,
Okay.
and I could send a voice. I don't know if for feedback or like how would you like me to do?
Oh yeah, you get. I mean, if it's a lot, you can send a voice note, or you could just text me. Whatever feedback you see fit.
The main purpose of the feedback is for us to learn from us.
Yeah, yeah,
Like,
yeah, for sure.
oh, I would change these, or I like this way.
Mhm.
This was perfect, and I expect the same thing from you guys. Like I expect you for you
Mm,
to tell me, oh, don't do this because this is doesn't help, and I'll be like, okay, shoot, okay, let me look in the mirror and try to correct myself. Okay, so I do expect that from you.
Yeah, no, for sure.
mm,
Oh, yeah.
okay.
Mhm.
That reminds me because I realized I think we just briefly went over this because I know Denise got to go. Do you want me to?
We have
You want
like
to?
10 minutes if you want. I'm good.
No. Do you want me to give you your feedback right now from your
If
session
you
with?
want, sure thing, yeah.
Okay. Yeah, you did a great job. I'm sorry because I know you had to go, so we probably just went to the next portion. But you did a great job with what am I looking at? Yeah, with body posture, facial expression. You tried your hardest to really try to verbal wise. You tried your hardest to not put too much in. Just trying to make sure you get that the points that he was trying to go for. Um, so you did a great job with that as well. I don't think I got to go back over it, but I didn't see like any concerning or like anything like any concerning type of habits or not habits, but like behaviors you did, what nonverbal or verbal wise. So you did a great job altogether. But I got to go over it just in case. But I'm just going based on the top of my dome. You did a great job with everything.
If you want, because I think we all have to go over the video. And because I have like 7 minutes, we could go to the third role play and I will
Okay.
be server. So we get that done as well.
Okay.
Okay.
No problem.
I have like, I have some time left.
Okay. No problem.
Don't worry about it.
Gotcha. So me and Gerald shall be the client.
Okay, you'll be the client now.
Yeah. Um. Let me do. I'll do a relationship with a close friend.
Yeah, client, whatever you want. All right. So, all right. Hey, Mr. Lawrence. My name is Gerald. Um, Everything we speak about right here is just gonna be between us. Um, what brings you in today?
Hey Gerald, and thank you very much for letting me know about that. I just want to talk about a friend of mine. This person was a very good friend of mine, but as of late, I just really have been feeling really distant with them. Um, and not just him, but a lot of people, but him specifically, he's just a very good friend of mine. And as of late, I just have been retracting, and it just really doesn't feel right, man.
Mm, okay, I
I
see.
don't know.
Go ahead.
Oh, thank you. I don't know, man. It's like 1 minute we were good. The next moment, I don't know. I just noticed he started retracting a lot more and more, and I was trying to talk to him, but he makes things so hard to talk to. Usually our relationship in the beginning was, I talk, like we would text each other some random things, and or we just have like random conversations, but just it's always a good vibe with me and him. But as of late, that vibe just has been weird. I can't even tell you. I don't know how to feel about it. Like, I know he's trying to go. I know he might be going through something, but at the same time, it's kind of hard for me to approach him because he's not giving me much to go by. So I'm just like, I don't know how to feel about this. You know?
Okay. Has anything changed to your knowledge in you guys' relationship?
Besides the communication portion, the most I see is I don't know. He's been withdrawn a lot more. He hasn't told me any like issues that has happened. Um, so I'm trying to figure out if it's something that I just don't know about altogether, or if I gotta if I gotta probe. But I don't know. How should I probe? It's kind of weird, you know.
No, yeah, I understand what you're saying. So a friend of yours that you guys had a real good relationship, things seem to have been different, and you're a little worried because you feel like something may be going on. So you started to talk about it, but let's say if you were to ask him what's wrong, how do you think are some ways you can go about it? Because I understand you're kind of confused, or why do you think you're a little bit hesitant to ask him about what's going on between you guys' relationship?
It's a good question. I think it's because I we just generally don't talk too much about big problems, or like
Mm-hmm.
anytime we do have a problem, we speak about it after the fact, you know. Um, but usually his behavior is a little more different than usual. So it's just like I don't know if this is an issue between me and him or whatnot. But to answer that first question you asked, uh, if I was with them, I would ask, hey, I know we've been going through some things as of late, but I just wanted to check upon you, let you know, hey, I'm still here with you, um, or I'm here for you if you need me. Is there anything you want to talk about or anything? Sounds close to it. Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's a good idea with men, and I can understand this. With men, sometimes we're just so macho, right? We got everything right. I got this, you know. And sometimes with it don't necessarily be with our partner, be with a friend. We can get something off our chest, and that doesn't make us any less manlier. So hey, that's the word. Um, so I would definitely recommend to reach out to him, make sure he's okay. It sounds like you guys have a relationship, but you guys aren't super close, like tell each other everything. So you guys are like right in the middle, which happens. You know, we have our close friends, we have our associates. You know, all this stuff is normal. But I would just say reach out to him, make sure that everything's okay with him, um, and see where that goes. Because right now I feel like you're wondering whether the issue is with you or is with uh something else going on in his life. And so you also could just ask him, hey man, look, I'm worried about you. Did I do anything wrong to you? Or has somebody said something, that about, about us, just please, as your friend, let me know if I did something wrong, and then if the answer is no, and then you can cautiously go and see, or you can express to him if you haven't already, um, why you guys have gotten so distant.
That sounds good. I have been trying to have hesitant, so that's good. Thank you.
All right. You're welcome.
I don't want to stop you guys. Like if you have to, I
No,
just,
you're good.
yeah. I just don't want to have like Gerald, poor guy, be like, when am I gonna end? Because I know the feeling.
No, yeah. Yeah, this one's a little bit harder because it's like hypothetical, but like
Mhm.
if you like last week when I talked about a personal issue, I could have kept on going. But
Yeah,
it's kind of a hypothetical, so the 5 minutes you feel them, but it's not too bad, It's not
yeah,
too
yeah. I kind of did that purposely.
bad.
It's not like the issue I'm going through, but and
Yeah.
I just wanted to bring like a little more um like situation
Mhm.
into the things because
Yeah,
yeah, like, we talked about this last time. We're gonna get those clients. It's gonna be a little more, a little more difficult than the last person. Like Denise, I don't know about you, but there's that one that one um exercise we did when the client was angry or showing
Yes,
signs of anger.
yes,
You know, so how you approach something like that? That's gonna be a little different. It's
yeah,
different. So
yeah.
that 5 minutes seems like
Transference exercise.
yes, that one.
Yes, yes. My client wanted to be my friend, and at the beginning, I was very professional. Oh, we had a contract. I would like to keep professional relationship because I know that's how you're going to benefit the most. I know as a friend, I won't be able to be as helpful. Blah blah blah. But then she was like, "Oh no, but I really would like you to be." And I was like, didn't she listen in my head? I was like, but how do I explain her again? Like she was so insistent, and I was like, I just told you.
That is funny.
It
Girl,
is.
you should have done that.
yeah. That's
Exactly.
because that's gonna happen. Um,
Yes.
yeah, it's gonna happen. So um, I think I was angry because I wasn't progressing in therapy,
Mm.
Yeah.
which I know that's gonna happen too because it's just so many things have to go right. The client has to do his part. You hope he has a good structure around him. There's so many things that have to go right. So sometimes therapy is gonna feel like it's not working. Then you're gonna have that angry client maybe like, oh, I'm coming here, nothing's changing. So I did that one because I can see in the future us going through that.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Hmm.
I definitely go through that on my job with my kiddos.
Hmm.
The parents actually.
Oh,
Yes. So
Hmm.
they say, oh, I don't see any progress. He continues to cry. In my head, I'm like, okay, so he's not tantruming in my session anymore. So it is decreasing, and I know I have a controlled environment, so it's not the same with the parents. Parents don't have the training that I have,
Yeah.
but I have seen a decrease because I collect data, so I see the trend going down. And if it's not going down, like we definitely talk to the analysts, the parents, and everyone to make sure that the behaviors go down, right? But many the parents are like, oh, he's not listening, but they're not doing what's recommended.
Yeah.
yeah.
So it's
Mhm.
like, and because we have to remember they are the clients, we have to remind them without saying, hey, it's not working because you're not doing the job, even though in your head you're thinking you're not doing the job,
Mhm.
right? But you can't say that. Like you have to find a way to, okay, this is not working, let's review what part we as a team are missing, right?
Mhm.
Rather than saying you are not saying you are not doing what we recommended, but we look at all of it. Oh, are we doing this, are we doing that? Okay, if a recommendation was placed in theory but in practice it's not working, like for example you recommend a client to put the child to bed at 8 o'clock, right? but it's not feasible because they get home at 7:30 and
Mm,
they know it's not going to happen, then even though they're not doing their job, it is my job to find a different alternative. It's okay, so we know 8 is not working, let's push it to 9, but then he could wake up a little bit later because he needs to have so and so hours of sleep.
yeah.
So it's like telling them that they're not doing the job, but not in a way that it's like blaming them for the lack of progress. It's not simple.
Yeah, it's complex. It is. Any feedback for me before I know that Denise has to go?
The only feedback that I have is, well, I have two things. Okay. One, you brought about some values about being like manly.
Mhm.
Like at some point you said, oh, it's okay to talk about our things. I know men, you know, right? That's a value, and I get that that could collide with Lawrence's values if he has different values in which his culture men don't disclose, right? So
Great point. Yeah.
slippery
Mhm.
point there because you're saying, oh, it's okay to talk about our issues, but it's okay for you, right?
Um,
So that one, and we don't realize about it until we see ourselves.
yeah.
So
That's it.
I share your values,
Mhm.
like men and women. Like I don't see a difference, but that's the way I was, brought to the world. So the other thing that I would say, it's like you recommended him to talk with a friend, and I would have done the same thing. But the part where we remember when I said at the beginning that it's hard to give feedback without giving advice,
Mhm.
it's best that he finds out that solution on his own, that you saying, oh, I think it would be a good idea if you talk to your friend, because in a way, like recommending or advising, it's against our practice.
Yeah.
Like we could get to the same point, because that's what Mary Carmen did with me. She wanted to give me an advice, but she did it in a way so majestically that I knew what she was trying to tell me, but she wasn't telling me, do this, right? And that's the part that I find very difficult. How do you get to the client? How do you send a message without imposing, do this, do that? Because we're not gonna fix anyone's problem. We want them to fix them on their own.
Yeah. Thank you. See, this is why feedback is so important. When you said that, now I realize also that my well, my view of manly is basically assuming that Lawrence is manly. That's I don't know, right? So or I guess if I know him a little bit better, and maybe I can do that. So it just depends on what session we're in. But then about the recommending him to call, you're absolutely right. I was thinking about what I can just say. So I can try to put it as, so what do you think your options are?
Right,
Trying to get him to say
Yeah.
maybe I should call him.
right, exactly. Like push it without saying it, because that's the tricky part I find. Like, how do I? Yeah.
Yeah, you're right.
And I think that's as I think most of us, we feel we're kind of like helpers, so we always want to help. But like now we have to do these activities, and just reminding ourselves that we can't give those recommendations like I just did. Could be like, okay, so you know, uh, you haven't communicated with him. What do you think you should do? Just try to push him to say maybe I should call him. Just you initiate that, and then I might say, yeah, that sounds like a good idea. But you initiate it.
Mhm.
You know. Go ahead,
I
Lawrence.
was I was gonna say basically mine was the same as Denise in a sense.
Hmm.
Um, Start with a positive though, because you did a good job with maintaining verbal, nonverbal structure. I know you're laying down. I see the feet
Yeah.
flapping in the air, so I know you're laying down.
No, because I had to move because I had to move. Yeah. So I thought
You
you
know, yeah,
I thought you left out the sombrero in the bag, but no.
I like the sombrero. Don't get me wrong, but I see the feet flapping, so I know. Oh yeah, he's laying down because I know you got some. uncomfortable positions in the house from what I'm noticing, from the last couple. But in terms of nonverbal, you're good because you're looking, or rather you're engaged.
Mm-hmm.
Your nonverbals are engaging. So I know on my side, it looks like you're trying your wholeheartedly best to engage this whole situation. So good job with that. In terms of the portions you probably need to work on, same thing as Denise, the man portion.
Yeah.
Um, don't assume
Yeah.
right on the four flat.
Mm.
Um, that could, we're trying to build,
Yeah.
but we're trying to build with the client.
Mm.
And let me say it like this: we're trying to build with the client, so make sure you're on the same level with the client.
Mm.
Just because I'm not saying this will be me, but just because I see myself, just because I am a man doesn't mean I will see myself as a man.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
No, no, absolutely.
So
Yeah.
so that's probably another way to also look at it. Um, in terms of the recommendation, um, you said something that brought an idea to my head about the recommendation. Like you did a good job with the recommendation actually. Um,
But not recommend.
but
Yeah.
it was something else. Like she said it and it just triggered in my head. I'm so mad I don't got it. But yeah, I think it's not just recommending. Don't try to fill the gaps.
Yeah.
Well,
I think because
go ahead. No,
yeah.
I'll
Okay.
continue that. The God part, I want to say something about it, but you continue.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I feel like I know I can understand that portion with you because I think I do the same thing at times. I feel like I try to fill in the gap. Like I try to fill in certain things that are honestly just like you don't want that emptiness, you
Mm-hmm.
know. You ask a question, you ask another question. I need to say something to continue on with this. I need to ask another question or I need to put another statement. But I feel like sometimes it's not gonna be all the time, but some situations the simpler the better. If our job is to assess by getting that information, then sometimes it's gonna be a simple process, more simpler than we think. But if we add more, we might miss out because we might be talking for them for certain situations. We might be adding things that we probably didn't need to add. If that makes sense. So probably simplify what we're gonna say. But you're doing a good job with the taking a moment
Yeah.
to absorb all that from like the last group
Yeah.
session we had.
That's one of the things. Right before you say, Denise, that's one of the things I was incorporating. I was also in the chapter. It was talking about how you don't want to ask so many why questions, like why this, why that, why that. So I got all these things in my mind, and from last week, and then from the chapter, I was like, let them talk, and if there's like a little pause, 3 4 seconds, it's not going to be the worst thing in the world because
Yeah,
it's like your natural is to keep on the conversation flowing, but like I realized this is not like a conversation that we're having. It's you're coming to me because you have something you want to talk about. So yeah,
yeah,
but thank you. Go ahead, Denise.
So about the gap,
Mm-hmm.
Lawrence started talking about his problem with his friend.
Mm-hmm.
He made a pause, and you respected it. Like I loved it because so I have it written down. You said okay, go on.
Mm-hmm.
Like you didn't fill the gap at that time, and I
yeah,
loved it. Like I wrote it down because that's exactly right. Sometimes silence is so uncomfortable that we weren't like, oh, so you did this, like you continue on, but you did so great there that I forgot to tell you that. So yeah, you did that perfectly.
And the chapter, I think it's called door openers. Those are like, why you come to therapy or what you're going through. And then there's, I forget the term for the other one. And it's like minimal. It's just like, because you don't want to keep them from you don't want to stop the story, ask another big question. So you just say, go on. Okay, continue, because you want them to get everything out. And so, yeah, that's in the book. So, yeah, we're just there.
Implemented it very well.
Yeah, thank you. We're just there. About the recommendation, I think it's just that our nature is just to help, but we have to remember that we can't give those recommendations. So, so
Mhm.
find a way, like now next week, when we have our next activity, I may be thinking in my head now, I may be thinking, no, this is what I want to say, but I can't. So let me try to bring him to these options.
Mhm.
Since you haven't talked to your friend in a while, you told me you didn't know why, and then you haven't told him also. I was like, what do you think you should do? You know.
Right, things like that.
Mm.
Mhm. I mean, honestly, you did good too. Continue.
No, go ahead.
I was gonna say you did good because you were trying to understand the situation. Again, I know I didn't provide a lot.
Mhm.
That's sadly that's me sometimes though, but I know I didn't provide a lot too.
Good.
But so you were trying your hardest to get something,
Uh-huh.
and I think that's what you were supposed to do.
Yeah.
Um, but just respecting those silence
Mhm.
as well, respecting um those small details that a person may say that may not seem small at all.
Mhm.
And I know for Denise, if I didn't ask, a certain small detail about like that
Yeah.
relationship, like,
Yes.
okay, why are you so worried about this relationship right now? I personally, if someone is not doing a good job, even friend or family,
Mhm.
you're gonna have to let them know. But if I didn't know, oh, that was a whole gap. They didn't have like, oh, that was important. So it's okay to. I think it's okay to also probe a little,
Yeah.
not just with why, but with statements. If that makes sense.
Yeah. The book says is that you don't want to turn into an interrogation. You don't want to be asked,
Yeah.
and that because it's pretty pointless. You can go to your friend, and your friend can ask you, well, why this? Well, why that? Well, how? Where? If you have to ask like one or two why questions, that's okay. But you want it to be more information, and you want to get to like the root of the problem. Because if you just ask why for everything, most times, people that are at therapy or anyone that's going through something, they don't even understand why themselves. But
Yeah.
that's why you have to go deeper, and try to
Hmm.
ask different questions and get to the root of the problem. Because asking why is only going to help you like this much.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Denise.
Mm, that's it. That like we're sharing the same. Yeah, no, we're sharing the same line of thoughts here.
Yeah.
Like, sometimes we don't even know. Like, I don't know why. Why are you asking me?
Mhm.
Right?
Sometimes like I feel a certain way. So I remember sometimes like I'd be in a bad mood and I'm like, why? And
Right.
I don't even know. Like nothing happened to me, just nothing. And then I just tell myself I'm just cranky today. And I
Yeah.
just have a cranky day. Then the next day I'm good. So we have those days, and then people are going through more stuff. Sometimes they don't know why, but we have to try to ask, targeted questions, for information, not just like interrogating them.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Mhm.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Guys, we have to leave.
Um.
Oh,
More
So
just I'm enjoying this.
yeah, no, it's okay, no worries. That's last week. That was me, and I understand everything. So the client is gonna do the survey, the question one, and the observer does two.
Right. Yes.
All right, and remember, unfortunately, for when you were the client, the video is a little bit bad. But
Mhm.
did you guys get back connection, or you guys were good?
No, we were. I was good.
Okay, good. So it kept on fading in and out. I'll send the whole recording out, but that's gonna be a little chopped up. But just so
Yeah.
you know.
Like we will remember it. We'll
Okay,
live. So
exactly.
yeah,
Yeah, I'm gonna
most
try
definitely.
right away because last week I waited a couple of days and I forgot a lot.
right. Yeah. I want to do it tonight as well when I get from.
When I get to work, I'll grab a little paper when I can and I'll start jotting things down because if I don't like last week I waited like a day and then I forgot everything. So yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
All right.
Yeah, I gotta try to do as much as I can because today I gotta go out. I
Mhm.
gotta get this haircut
Yeah, man.
because that day coming right now.
All righty,
But
man.
yeah, sorry, Denise, my birthday's on Tuesday, so I just gotta get this haircut.
Hey,
And
nice.
my girl's birthday's on Monday, so
So you guys
birthdays.
are going out on the weekend?
We're supposed to do something on Monday and Tuesday, so I would have took her out for a picnic.
Mhm.
Nice.
God willing, this weather actually gives me a chance. So I was gonna try to take her out on a little picnic, try to do something else. But
Mhm.
yeah, we're still not doing much of the outside thing because of COVID. So it kind of sucks.
Yeah.
Like, uh, yeah.
Well, did I tell you a secret?
Mm-hmm.
I had COVID in July. That's not a secret. The secret is that once you have COVID and you start to go out because you already had it and like you already built the immunity like for at least 6 months, you
Mm,
don't realize that life continue on.
mm.
Yeah.
Restaurants are packed up. People are on the street. Like everyone is out. Like you
Yeah.
may everyone is out. Everyone is out. Like people are having their normal life.
Yeah.
And before I got COVID back in July, I was like, so into my own world. I was doing everything by the book. And, I got it, I recovered. And I was like, okay, so let's take advantage of this 3 to 6 months that we have that we know we're not going to get infected again. And
Mm-hmm.
I learned that things never stop.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Everything continues to be as it was before COVID. And that's a
No, you're right.
scary.
You're right.
Mm-hmm.
I completely agree with you. I have to agree with you on that because I've been inside the house for past couple of months.
We're almost.
Like,
Yeah. We're almost.
car didn't. Yeah, man. God, I'm talking about my car has been barely used. So I didn't have to put gas in my car for like a whole 3 months.
Yeah.
That, yeah, I was at some point I was just like, nah, I gotta move. So I actually started going places too. But
Just take
respectfully,
yes, exactly.
yeah. So
No, yeah. I was actually worse than you, Denise, because I was diagnosed with COVID because I work at the airport, so I'm think that's where I got it at.
Mm-hmm.
On March 26th. So
Of
yeah,
last year, so it was right at, oh my God, right on the peak.
right at the beginning. Yeah, that's when I got it. I remember the day I was gonna go to a concert. So I remember the first day I was gonna go to a concert on the 14th or the 12th. On the 12th, I was gonna go to a concert, and that was the first main concert at AAA. I got canceled because of COVID. So I remember the whole timeline because 2 weeks later, I got COVID, and yeah, it was scary because I was at first we didn't know what we know now. Like
That's the scariest time.
yeah,
The
people
hmm
know it
beginning.
now, and it's when I had it, but people were acting like I was radioactive. So
I know, right?
I tell people I was like, look, you gotta do what you have to do. Um, if you want to go out, protect yourself. Everyone's situation is different. Some people live with vulnerable people, so everyone's situation is a little bit different. But I just tell people it's the same situation, but don't go crazy. I remind people, I was like, we're about to be in a year, you know, under quarantine, just restricted. So we're stressed out, but just try to do your best. I was like, don't let the quarantine. You don't even have COVID. Don't let the quarantine drive you crazy.
Yeah.
Find other ways to have fun. And that's it. And if you're gonna go out, wear your mask and
Wash
and that's
your
it.
hands, and that's it, and keep the distance. Yep. Don't go to a nightclub.
Yeah.
Like, don't.
That's
Hmm.
a cesspool. That is a cesspool.
Right? Have a nice dinner with your girlfriend.
Yeah.
You can do that.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Most definitely. I'm gonna see what the night until I'm still trying to figure out this gift. So I think that's my biggest issue. I don't even care about the outside. I'm just trying to get this gift right. So I just need to get this gift.
It
I
will
can find a
never be
good
right.
gift.
It will never be right.
You gotta
This,
just
I think this is like the only time when it comes to like a man and woman difference between gift giving. Because for guys, it's just like, hey, I don't. That's how I feel. I don't know, Gerald, how you feel, but for me, like once I get a gift, I get a gift. I'm cool. But for giving a gift to a woman, it's just like you want to make sure it's because they're very picky sometimes, and sometimes their interest is so different because they buy everything they want whenever they want. So it's just like when we want to buy something for you guys, it's just like, what do you want?
Well, I have to tell you, I have the same situation with my boyfriend. He's a geek. He likes all technology.
mm,
I have no idea. I have no knowledge about technology. So I don't know what he wants. Maybe he wants a RAM for his computer. And I'm like, what do I get him? He doesn't have any other interest. Like a camera in his car, the most advanced fan in the, I don't know. Like, look, this is his desktop. Check that out. 3
Oh,
monitors.
oh
I
wow.
was gonna ask you whose monitor. Are these
My
yours?
friends, I have a tiny computer, and that's his desktop.
Oh wow.
I know.
Gerald, everything's making sense now, man. This room looks like a man cave.
I know. It's not the FBI.
Could have fooled me.
All right, guys. I'm
Yeah,
sorry I have to go. It's been a
Alright.
pleasure. I really enjoyed it.
absolutely.
I'm starting to like Nicole's class just because of this.
Because everything else stresses me out.
I
Everything,
know.
everything else stresses me out.
I know. I know.
I feel like every week I'm like, why did she do this? Why was she more specific? And it's just her class. Like every other class are chilling.
Yes. Did you meet with her? Because I did.
I only met with Rob.
I
With
met with her, and I was like, nice. So I get a chance to tell her my feedback because I was very, I was gonna talk to her like what was my experience last semester, which wasn't good with her class, right? I mean, I got an A, but it's not about the A. It's about the struggle that we went through to get a good grade. And she was all justifications. She was all like the tech department or COVID situation. She didn't own none of the problems that we went through. So I didn't build any expectations for this semester. I knew this semester was gonna be very similar. And to my surprise, she exceeded my expectation because she's doing a little bit better than last semester. But
I'll tell you what, I think it was for all of us, but she knew why. Her end of the year summary wasn't available. I only saw one there for Cole. I was looking for hers because I never want to do that.
I did mine, and I did it right.
No,
I
no.
did.
But were you able to see hers?
Yes, I did it very early because I was so pissed that I was like, okay, I'm gonna do this right now. But then it was removed. But I was able to.
Because
Excuse
I waited a while, and then I waited a while, but like, you know what? I got to do this. Because throughout last semester, I was like, listen, it's your first semester. You know, she's like the you know, she's our instructor, but she also is in the program. So I'm like, I don't want to ruffle any feathers, but I was like, yo, she just, you know, all that stuff we went through last semester. I was so mad, but I was like, I'm not gonna say anything. And then, you know, at the end, I got an A. But then I thought about it too. I was like, I didn't say anything, but what if I would have gotten a B or a C? Then all of a sudden at the end, I want to say something. So I was like, this semester, you know, as soon as things aren't graded, I'm gonna say something right away because, you know, it's on us.
Mhm.
You know, and then that was just it, man. Just like, you know, that's what gets me mad. Like about last week, I was like, why do you assign so much work and you're gonna give so minimal feedback? Because if you give me a lot of feedback, I'm cool with it. You know, I want the work. Trust me, we're master students. We're paying a lot of money. I want it, but it's like you're gonna give me all this work, and all you're gonna say is good job
Yeah,
for what?
yeah.
Yeah,
I know.
yeah,
I just want to let you know that don't have too much expectations
yeah. No,
because
no, no. I don't. At least this semester she seems a little more.
she is
Yeah,
with regards like compared to last semester, like there was a week that the module didn't open
mm-hmm.
and we were figuring out how to get to the assignments.
Yeah, calendar. I was literally so excited when I saw the feedback for training log 1. I was like, oh, she did it.
Oh, a whole. I did it wrong, but it was
Yeah.
a whole like.
Yeah, me and Lawrence missed out on the homework because we just did the task list, but now we know we gotta do the task and the homework.
You gotta do everything.
Yeah.
Okay.
Alrighty, guys. Have a
Yeah.
nice weekend.
Okay.
You too.
Should I share? I think we